Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning in to the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, what's the overall energy of today's reading? Thank you. What's hidden from the viewer? What's hidden? Thank you. Feels like searching for specific cards. All right, outcome and advice. Thank you. All right, in the overall energy, we have Hanged Man in reverse, Judgment, Eight of Swords, and Eight of Cups. All right. Getting unstuck, having seen something, received some type of clarity, some type of epiphany, being put in a different position, stuck, and in that stuckness being able to see something clear. Judgment, expansive energy, calling from a smaller way of being to something larger, bigger. Eight of Swords, stuck in mental trap, limitations, some type of beliefs that are keeping someone stuck. Eight of Cups, a lot of emotions, attachment, hard to walk away, but there's a need to walk away. It's not enough. All right, why is the Hanged Man in reverse? Who's in Hanged Man reverse? Wise Hanged Man reverse. Magician. All right. Feels like you've manifested this clarity, this epiphany, getting unstuck. You wanted to see something. You wanted to get some type of clarity. What was challenged? King of Cups, emotionally challenged. It feels like you've asked to see something, asked for clarity, asked to manifest something consciously, and so it feels like you were put into Hanged Man position so you could see something and see the clarity around something. The challenge being the King of Cups, emotional maturity. Feels like whatever you're perceiving might not be what you prefer. And the challenge is Two of Wands in reverse. To reimagine yourself in your life. To get yourself unstuck. Judgment. Why is Judgment here? Four of Pentacles reverse, Page of Wands reverse. It does feel like there's this expansive energy. Being called somewhere else. Having better judgment, letting go of some environment. Four of Pentacles reverse. Letting go of some stuckness, of being stuck somewhere. You're really seeing something clearly. Whatever you're seeing, it feels like it is a challenge to keep your cool, to keep your emotional maturity about this. And there's a need to take action to reimagine yourself in your life. Tell me about the Page of Wands in reverse. Queen of Cups with her back turned. It feels like there's someone who doesn't like you getting yourself unstuck. Doesn't want you to expand, doesn't want you to let go, Page of Wands in reverse. It feels like they've got, this is why the emotional maturity is important as well. Someone, it feels like, this feels like someone, and I love that you've got your back turned. Queen of Cups. King and Queen of Cups coming out. It feels like this requires a lot of emotional steadfastness, maturity, not engaging in someone's trying to get you fired up, trying to get you upset. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. Why is the Eight of Swords here? What does the viewer need to know about the Eight of Swords? Ooh. Moon card. Yeah, something you can't see. Hidden. A mystery. Well, you can't see what you can't see. The moon is making it really a delusion, a fantasy, a shadow. What is it that the viewer can't see? Why is it so hidden? Three of Wands and 10 of Cups in reverse. A challenge to this unable. This tells me you're wanting to get unstuck, wanting to leave some environment, letting go, more expansive energy, being called somewhere else. The challenge is, it's almost like you're driving blind with the Eight of Swords, or you don't know what you don't know. Very shadowy. It feels like it's a real challenge to take aligned action in this energy. It might be because of the emotional upset. A lot of emotions coming out around this. I don't know about the rest of you, but if I'm in an emotional state, an expanded emotional state, very upset, 10 of Cups in reverse, overwhelmed by emotions, it's not a time to make decisions. You can't see when your emotions are taking up all the bandwidth in your environment. And even with the moon, it feels like there's a lot of emotions coming out around this. And it's hard to see clearly what to do next. So I get it's hard to take aligned action. What would be the suggestion? Probably the Eight of Cups, the next card. What's the Eight of Cups? Walking away even though there's emotional attachments. Oh, eights. Now Eight of Wands in reverse. And again, this feels like this Page of Wands. Someone, they're not making it easy on you, for sure. Someone's got a lot to say about you leaving. A Page of Wands, or it's the Knight of Wands in reverse. But that feels the same. So someone who's a player, someone who's inconsistent with their actions, immature. Empress and Six of Cups. You might be a divine feminine. Six of Cups, looking at the past. It's just not, it feels like Eight of Cups, you're still walking away. You might be exhausted, overwhelmed, but it feels like you're walking away because someone is not consistent, negative. You might have known this person for a long time. Ooh, Seven of Wands, Two of Cups. Someone who at some point there was love. That's why this is complicated. At some point there was some type of mutuality, care, but now you're protecting yourself from this player. And I get why. It feels like they're not at your level. You're showing up as a queen and an empress, and they're showing up as a page, knight at best. This is someone very immature. Someone that where there was love at some point, but now you've got to maintain healthy boundaries. It's just not enough. Definitely, yeah. It just feels like it's just not fulfilling. It's not enough. It's complicated. All right, in what's hidden, we have the Fool card and the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay. Six of Cups came out just there. It feels like you're taking a leap of faith in a new direction. There's someone who who's a player, inconsistent, where there was love at some point, but it feels like this person's just, you can't do anything right by this person's point of view. It's hard to heal, and it feels like and it's hard to be your most authentic self inside this connection with this person. It's impossible to be yourself, to heal, because you're constantly having to heal. And it feels like it's also a challenge because you don't want to be alone. So you're like tolerating someone who's less than, someone who's inconsistent, a player, because of some fear that it feels like it needs, they're taking advantage of that belief that I can't be alone. And so you will tolerate and take whatever they give because you don't want to be alone. And so you just keep adapting who you are, chipping away at who you are to fit in a space that's way too small for you. Tell me about the Fool card, the leap of faith in a new direction. Ten of Pentacles in reverse, Eight of Cups now reverse, Four of Wands reverse, Five of Swords. Okay. There's a financial loss or loss of stability if you take this leap of faith in a new direction. It feels like everything that you've invested in financially, mentally, emotionally into this relationship, and it feels like there's this, I'm going to lose everything. It's not enough, but you might have, if this is a romantic partner, they're in charge of finances, or there's no stability, there's no equality there. It feels really difficult to leave, despite this person created some type of bait and switch where things were going really great at the beginning because they're a player. The chemistry felt amazing, I bet. Amazing. This is a dream come true. But once this person got you connected, moving in together, after marriage, after a kid, after some type of where you've connected your life with theirs, then they switch up. Then they become a bully. They want to win at any cost. So, and that's the real person, that's the real relationship. They position it as something's changed. You've changed. you were this and now you're that, and so you need to work really hard to make me happy. Something like that. And so this just feels like not the relationship that you wanted. There's a feeling stuck. This isn't enough. There's no emotional maturity here. You're having to protect yourself from the very person who you're in a relationship with. They're not your friends. It's all in what's hidden is that they're your bully. Maybe you've even tried to turn this around. If I just work harder, if I just change who I am, if I just do that, then we'll get back to where it felt really good at the beginning. But this is the relationship. The beginning is a sales pitch to get you hooked in, and then the real relationship is the confusion, is the exhaustion. And this person is just immature, lacks an ability to have a mature relationship or want a mature relationship. And it looks like with the Six of Cups in reverse that with Wheel of Fortune, you're turning that around. You're healing from some childhood wound, tolerating less than behavior, someone who switches it up on you, positions you as the problem. Does this person that if this is your reading, this other person, the bully, the player, does that person kind of remind you of someone from your childhood, a parent that didn't care, that positioned you as the problem? You're too much, you're too this, too that. Feels like you're in what's hidden. You're taking a leap of faith in a new direction, taking control of your destiny and healing from your childhood wounds. And with Emperor and Queen of Swords, you've got this inner discernment where there's once been a lot of confusion. Eight of Swords, Moon, purposely confusing, purposely emotionally devastating to keep you stuck in this space. And there's a need with the Emperor coming out to lead yourself with your inner discernment, lead yourself towards anywhere else out of this. Leap of faith, there's walking away, there's leap of faith in a new direction, and there's the finances feel like it feels like it's tough because a lack of resources and a lack of finances. And to boot, you might not have support from friends or family. They might be against you, not supportive, not celebrating you. That feels like, so you don't have resources, you don't have support from friends and family. That's tough. But this person is toxic, draining, exhausting. It's not going to get any better. And it feels like there's this, I can't see the exit. I can't find a safe exit. I can't figure this out. I can't find my way out of here. So what's the suggestion for someone? Ten of Swords. There might be a painful ending, or there is a painful ending. If you stay, it feels like it's not going to get any better. It's going to, there might be a painful discard that creates a painful ending. So if you're not ready, the Ten of Swords might, ready or not kind of energy. Nice. King of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. If the painful ending happens or you get unstuck, focusing forward, focusing on what you can create first. Stability, base chakra, focusing on your pentacles, figuring out who and what you can invest in. Be wise. All right, outcome and advice, we have the Four of Swords, healing. All right, excuse me, Four of Swords, healing, a need to heal. She's got this little nest that she's healing inside of. What does the viewer, whoever's here, need to know? Ooh, now the King of Pentacles is in reverse. Healing from your lack of stability, healing from your lack of independence. Not caring what others are perceiving about you or the situation. That's too much to maintain and handle. Focusing on what's real, what's in front of you, and not worrying about the optics. What will the Joneses think? What will the whoever think? That your medicine is Ace of Cups, self-love, loving yourself enough to not stay in an environment that's not for you, loving yourself enough to create healthy boundaries, loving yourself enough to create stability for yourself, loving yourself enough to find a safe exit, being patient, waiting for that safe exit, and then stepping into your divine feminine energy. It looks like you've got access to this Emperor energy, taking charge, making moves, masculine energy, leading yourself out of this. And then once you lead yourself out of this, working on healing and on your stability, figuring out your resources, your finances, who and what to invest in, and how much to invest in situations. It feels like balance sheet, being mindful about your spending. And once you lead yourself out of this energy, heal yourself with self-love, and then you can step into your Empress energy, your divine feminine energy. It feels like you're creating a place where you can be safe to be the most expanded version. And you keep showing up king, queen energy, and this other person just not at your level. And someone insecure and not at your level won't rise up to join you. Here's the player, immature person. Maybe you thought they could rise up like a fixer-upper, but instead they're immature. They don't want to change, so they keep chipping away at you until you're now below them. This feels like too small of a role. And so when you leave, when you find that safe exit and start creating stability for yourself, then it feels like you expand relatively quickly into Emperor and Empress energy, which feels more like yourself, your authentic self. So, all right, I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Take care.